Today we're going to do some polishing, do a cam belt and some shiny new brakes. For all that though, we're going to start on these wheels. They're not too bad condition, but there's quite a bit of curbing on them, so we're going to give them a quick rub down, put some primer on there, and I've got some, it's actually a master colour, a dark grey metallic, so I want to take these wheels a little bit darker than the silver, but not black. I don't want to go black, but I think it'll look quite nice with the silver car. So yeah, we're just going to put some playing cards that I've had for years around here, put some light coats of primer on, and then just build that up a little bit, give it a quick flat down, and then put some grey over the top. Next, we're going to move on to the cam belt. So I've done a couple of these now, and they are fairly easy to do, to be honest. I think the hardest part is getting bolts out that are rusted, or screws. They're just quite difficult sometimes when they're completely rusted. But this one has got air conditioning, so it's got a air conditioning pump. So the auxiliary belt is a little bit different on this one. So again, I'm going to have to learn how to do that, because I'm sure it's simple enough, but it's just something new again. So yeah, we're going to start stripping it down. I won't go into full details, because there's obviously the previous video where I went into details. Principles are pretty much the same. It's just that auxiliary belt is slightly different, whereas the last one just went from the pulley around the alternator. This obviously goes through a tensioner and round the air conditioning pump. So that's the cover off and the engine mounts. The mount that was on here was a nightmare. I haven't got the tools to do it properly, and trying to get them bolts out was a bit of a pain, but we've got there. So now we can start timing this up, lock the bottom bit in, and then get this belt off, get this tensioner off, change the water pump, and then reverse all that. I did have an issue with the alternator, well, the belt, auxiliary belt, because I haven't done one of these before. It's literally on a tensioner, so you just release the tension on this to get the belt off. But yeah, it was alright in the end. Just trying to work out what to do. But there's no YouTube videos that I could see of doing one of these with air conditioning. So yeah, so literally you put a spanner on that and it just releases the tension for that belt, for that bottom belt. So easy enough in the end. Let's crack on. So we've got the old belt off there, and we've marked up where the bottom pulley and the top cam goes. So we just put some of that yellow ink on there just to line it up, like we did with the last one. We're not taking the head off and locking this in again. So and yeah, the old belt wasn't too bad on the inside, doesn't look too bad, but yeah, outside is definitely a lot of cracking in there. So again, I think we caught this at the right time. Quite a lot of cracks in that. So that's the water pump off, just letting that drain out there into a catch underneath. We'll let that just drain off a little bit, just so it's dry, so then we can clean up around there. We need to run a bead of sealant around here. You can see the gap where it goes there, instant gasket there. So we'll clean that where the old one was, and then we'll put that bead round and put that back in. And there you can see, all back in. Nice and shiny new water pump.
Lovely.
So we're going to take this front bumper off so we can start fitting this wing and just see if there's anything else behind there. I know the fog light was slightly damaged when we took that off, and we'll show you a bit later on that we've fixed that. We've done some plastic welding on there. It's pretty solid, to be honest, and fits perfectly now. Yeah, that little bit of foam on that front crash bar had a little piece missing, or a little piece broke off at the end, so we're just going to take that back up there. It just needs to sit on there, just a bit of extra protection. So yeah, it's absolutely fine. There's only tiny little tabs that fix it onto there, so put a bit of tape around it, keep it in place. So let's try this wing and see if it fits. I mean, nothing inside was touched when I took the old wing off, so everything should just line up perfectly. I don't see any reason why it shouldn't. We're just going to line it up here and refix the bolts in there. There is slight adjustment on these, so if you need to move them in and out, it should be fairly easy to do. But yeah, we're going to see if we can line this up pretty decent. And we did some minor adjustments with it just to line it up a little bit better. At the bottom it was just slightly out, so we sort of jiggled that about a bit, and it fits quite well, to be honest. I was quite impressed with it. I'm not sure whether the bonnet's moved slightly, but I can't really tell, to be honest, but it fits decently. My spraying isn't perfect by any means, but you know, it's not too bad. It's a pretty close match, but I think it's just the age of the vehicle. It's going to be slightly different anyway. Yeah, the fog light tabs were broken, so we've just used a heat thing to plastic weld them. So yeah, nice and solid now. They're not going anywhere. Not pretty, but certainly works. It'll be absolutely fine, that, so we can get that back into the bumper. Still need to polish that off because it's quite milky. All the lights, front lights, are quite milky, so yeah, we'll get a good polish in there. Now it's just a case of buttoning all that front end back up. We've put that bottom crash bar on there now, so again we can just reverse the process and put that front bumper on. Like I did with the last one, we're going to clean up these shocks and springs just to make sure when it comes down to MOT that, you know, they don't look absolutely disgusting and full of dirt and rust and everything. We just want to make sure everything looks as clean as we can. And also, same with that back subframe, we'll rub that down, paint it with that rust treatment, just to make it as best it can be, really. And there we go, some new discs and pads. They're worth doing. I mean, there was quite a bit left on the pads, but you know, if for the price of them, if you're changing the discs, then you may as well change the pads as well. You can see the discs here. There's quite a big lip on them, on both of them. So yeah, definitely worth changing for the price of it.
Big lips on them, so glad we got them in.
Then it's on to polishing time. So we've clay barred this just to get anything off, but to be honest, it must have been kept in the garage because the bodywork was pretty decent on it. So we'll give it a quick clay bar, a quick polish, and then put some quick detailer over the top just to give it a bit of a shine. now it's on to my favourite part, is putting some stickers on. So we've gone with red here. I nearly went with black, but I just thought red would make it pop a little bit on the silver. I didn't want it looked too dark really. So yeah, let's get stuck into that. This sticker came for the bonnet, and it's a bit bigger than the last one was. That 500 just about fits with a sort of a centimetre to the edge of the bonnet. But yeah, it looks quite decent when it's on. So yeah, I'm pleased we did it. There we have it, all done. I'm really pleased how this one came out. As I say, the bodywork was excellent to start off with, so you know, once you're on a good footing like that, it's really good. and it's such a shame, like I said before, with this being a Cat N, literally front wing damage, and just plastic welded that fog light or daylight running light. So yeah, really pleased with it. Really enjoyed doing it. Enjoyed doing the wheels as well. The interior was just literally a quick hoover out. It was just in really good condition. Even the boot was pretty clean, to be honest. So yeah, really pleased with this one. Can't wait to do the next one, really. So there we have it. The third Fiat 500 we've done is complete. So we'll just do a quick rundown of costs and how much it cost me to get and to fix up. So we'll start off with actually buying the vehicle. So actually won that at £950 out the door, plus £125 delivery. So £1,074 for that, £75 for that. And then we've got £30 for wheel paint, £50 for a new wing, which was great. That was a bargain. The silver paint for the wheels was £30. Brake pads and discs, they're about £70. Timing belts 12. Oil filter, auxiliary belt, engine oil, air filter, exhaust 52 quid for a back box, which I thought was pretty decent. Stickers were £12 on eBay, and then £6 for that rust spray for that rear subframe. Water pump was £23.58, and then the MOT was £47. So we spent a grand total of £1,448.27, which I think is pretty decent, really. You know, I've really enjoyed it. Like I do with all these, I don't do it to make money, let's say, but I just really enjoy tinkering around and playing with them, and just learning new things, really. So yeah, so that's it. It's all done. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe if you can, and hit that notifications bell, and then you'll get a notification when the next one comes along, which will probably be another Fiat 500. Now we'll see what comes along. But yeah, thanks for watching. Really appreciate it.